one of the most confusing moments in a professional career is not failure, it is growth. Specifically, the moment you realize you have outgrown something that once fit you perfectly. You do not hate the role. You are not struggling. You're still performing well, but something inside you knows this no longer fits the version of me I am becoming. That realization can feel unsettling because outgrowing something does not come with clear instructions. There is no obvious next step, no immediate replacement, just awareness. And awareness without direction can feel uncomfortable. So many high achieving women ignore it. They tell themselves, maybe I just need to push through. Maybe this is just a phase. Maybe this is what success feels like. But let's anchor something important first. High achieving corporate women do not burn out because they are weak. They burn out because they are misaligned. And outgrowing a role is one of the clearest signals of misalignment. Not because the role is bad, but because your identity has evolved beyond it. Let's get clear on something. Outgrowing is not failure. It is evidence of expansion. It means your capacity has increased, your perspective has deepened, your priorities have shifted. And when that happens, roles that once stretched you can begin to feel restrictive. That is not regression, that is maturity. But here is where many women become stuck. They recognize that they have outgrown their role, but they do not know what to do with that realization. So they default to one of two extremes. They either stay too long or they leave too quickly. Neither is strategic. So today, I want to walk you through a more thoughtful approach. What to do when you have outgrown your current role without destabilizing your career. Let's begin with the first step. Acknowledge the growth without rushing the exit. This is where emotional maturity matters. You can recognize that something no longer fits without immediately trying to change it. Awareness is the beginning of alignment, not the end of it. Sit with the realization, observe it, understand it, because the goal is not to react to the feeling. The goal is to interpret it. Now, the second step, identify what exactly you have outgrown. This is critical because I have outgrown this role is too vague. You need precision. Have you outgrown the responsibilities, the level of thinking required, the environment, the leadership culture, the impact of your work, pace of growth? Different answers lead to different solutions. For example, if you have outgrown the level of challenge, you may need expansion within your current environment. If you have outgrown the environment, you may need a shift. If you have outgrown the nature of work itself, you may need a pivot. But without clarity, you risk making the wrong move. Now, the third step, expand before you exit. This is where strategy comes in. Many professionals assume that growth requires leaving, but sometimes growth can begin where you are. Can your role be expanded? Can your responsibilities evolve? Can you take on projects that align more closely with your current identity? Can you reposition how you contribute? Exploring these possibilities first reduces unnecessary disruption, because sometimes the problem is not the entire role. It is the current structure within it, and structure can sometimes be adjusted. Now, the fourth step. Begin preparing for your next level, even if you are not leaving immediately. This is where transition begins quietly. You clarify your direction, you strengthen your positioning, you begin aligning your professional narrative with who you are becoming. You explore opportunities thoughtfully, without pressure, without urgency, because preparation creates confidence, and confidence allows you to move strategically. Now, let's address something important. Many high achieving women feel guilt when they outgrow their roles. They think, I should be grateful. This is a good position. I worked hard to get here. And all of that may be true, but gratitude does not eliminate growth. You can appreciate what a role has given you and still recognize that it no longer fits your next level. Those two truths can coexist, and acknowledging that is not disloyalty. It is self-awareness. Let me give you a metaphor. Imagine a plant that has outgrown its pot. The pot is not bad. It served its purpose. It supported growth. But now the roots are constrained. Growth cannot continue within the same space. The solution is not to criticize the pot. It is to move into a larger one. That is what outgrowing a role looks like. It is not rejection, it is expansion. Now let's connect this to identity, because identity determines what growth looks like. If you do not understand who you are becoming, outgrowing your role will feel confusing. You will sense the misalignment, but you won't know how to respond to it. But when identity becomes clear, something shifts. You begin to see what type of work aligns with your next level. What environments support your growth? What kind of impact are you now drawn toward? And that clarity transforms your next move. This is why the RTS method begins with realign, not transition. Realign, because growth without clarity creates confusion, but growth with clarity creates direction. Then comes transition, where your next step is designed strategically, protecting your income, your credibility, your professional narrative. And finally, sustain, ensuring that your future growth remains aligned so that you do not outgrow your next role in the same way. Because success that costs your identity is not sustainable success. Let's bring this together. If you are in a season where you feel you have outgrown your current role, you are not lost. You are expanding, and expansion requires recalibration, not panic. Let's recap. Acknowledge the growth. Identify what you have outgrown. Explore expansion before exit. Prepare for your next level. These steps turn confusion into clarity, and clarity turns growth into direction. If you are a high-achieving corporate woman navigating this season, you're not falling behind. You're moving forward, even if it doesn't feel clear yet, because growth always feels uncertain before it becomes defined. In the next video, we are going to explore something that many women experience as they step into new levels of responsibility. Navigating leadership identity shifts. Because as you grow, the way you lead must evolve. And understanding that evolution is key to sustaining alignment. I will see you on the next one.